Guys, Nick Rodriguez here. I just wanted to give an introduction to the new show that's coming up this weekend. Actually, we're starting with a couple guests. It's called Perspective, and I think it's hugely needed. Is this godly perspective or this Christian perspective on the things that are happening today, whether it's political, sports, culture. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics that usually ministers, maybe in pastors, you don't get to hear them talk about these specific things as much as you would like, maybe. I know a lot of us go and we look at our favorite YouTube channels and our news and our CNN and Fox or MSNBC or The View or the Joe Rogan podcast. But there's not a place where we can go and kind of hear other people's perspectives. This is not about changing your mind or telling you what to believe. I have my perspective. These guests are going to have their perspectives. And I'm really looking to leave with a new way of believing, or maybe believing what I believe even stronger. That's okay. But it's a place you can come, and we're going to break down some news events. I know sometimes, at least for me, it's really hard because the left side says this and the right side says this, and they leave things out and they twist it, and it's just, you got to be careful. So what we want to do is we're not going to do hot takes. My hot take on anything that happens is, hold on a second. Let's wait for a couple of days. Let's see what's really going on. Let's flush out. Sometimes these stories takes weeks and weeks to really figure out what happened. And the whole nation, all of us are so upset about something that didn't even happen. Or maybe we should be upset. And so it's just a passion. I want to create this place for you guys to come listen to different perspectives. I love hearing people who don't believe what I believe. I'd rather have that. That's more interesting to me. So we're going to have people that have been on the podcast. If you haven't seen the podcast, check out the podcast. There's lots of episodes with these different leaders and ministers, pastors, authors, and we're going to have those people on and actually hear what they believe about certain things. So I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. I hope you subscribe on the YouTube channel, Influencers Podcast. This show, Perspective, is going to go under that. Also on Instagram, everywhere. Facebook, TikTok. We even have a Snapchat. We haven't done a Snap yet, but if you get on Snapchat and find Influencers Podcast, send me a snap and I'll figure it out, okay? But we are on TikTok, and we're on Reels, all of that stuff. So throughout the week, we're going to put up topics. We have main topics, and then we have topics that we might get to. We're going to answer some questions from you guys, from the audience. Throughout the week on Instagram, if you want to respond to the kind of the question of the week, the topic of the week, do that. Tag us, create an IGTV video kind of sharing your perspective. You might not make it on the show, but we want to hear from you, and we might share that video if it's a good perspective or unique or different. Also in the stories, you can talk to us in your stories, tag us, and we may share those. But I just love hearing different people's point of view. And I can just have my point of view. That's all I can have until you share your perspective with me. So God bless you guys, and I hope you are excited about this show as much as I am. Please help the podcast, the show, by sharing what you think is good for your community, by subscribing to all that stuff. But just tag people that you know, send it to them. I'm not going to advertise or anything. This is just going to be content that you guys want to watch and stories and people that you want to hear from. So bless you guys. Adios. Have a good one.